Hello everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. Um yeah, I mean I was just hungry to be honest. I had something to eat because I didn't want to starve on stream. And then also Streamlabs deck like on my phone wasn't working, like they updated it and it's kind of whack now. I don't know. It's just not working. So I decided to just start the stream without having that resource on hand. And now I'm just looking for this. And then say yeah, there we go, that works. Cool. Yeah, welcome back to Oxenfree. We started this game on Monday. It's pretty cool. Um, Continued it on Tuesday. It got cooler, I guess. I don't know. It just kept going. And now we're back. We're going to see how much more of the game we can get through. It's not a very long game, to my knowledge. It's also on mobile platforms, which I didn't know, like iPads and tablets. And I promise, I am a fellow youth like you guys. I'm not an old man in disguise. Yeah. So let's just hop into it. I don't know how much more of the game there is, but I don't think we'll finish it this stream. Uh, yeah. If there aren't any problems. Is this where we got to? Okay. Remind me where we need to go. Okay, so we found the boat. What's the problem? I need to remember. I think we need to figure out a way to not get. How hot was it today? It was pretty warm. I don't know. Let me bring this up a little bit. Yeah, it was pretty warm. And what's up, Arshiv? I would give it a 27 out of 30. I was just looking up the temperature. I don't remember where we actually had to go. Oh wait, did I actually look at this part or not? I can't really remember. Hmm. Actually, I think this is right. Nice, yeah. How are you doing? Oh wait, I know where we are. Yeah, okay, so I think we needed to go back to the source. Oh, and there was something about um a shelter we needed to explore. Something along those lines. I'm starting to remember. This was like 2 days ago. How am I not remembering? Adler ladder. Cool. Can I hop over this? Jonas, you gonna give me a hand?
Huh.
Good cave.
Guess we're not going in there again. Whatever happened must have caved in the opening.
Oh? Now what? Okay. Is that the end of that? I guess so. Uh, let's try this station number. I really can't remember what we were doing exactly. I need to go rewatch the
From
VOD.
top to bottom, under
Yeah?
Fina, Tango,
Hmm?
Alpha, India,
Okay.
Romeo, Cena.
It's supposed to be Sierra. I'm pretty
From
sure,
top to
actually.
bottom, under Fina, Tango, Alpha, India, Romeo, Cena.
Stairs. From top to bottom, under stairs. That is the phonetic alphabet. Although she said, uh,
Oh, Maggie says she hopes the notes are found by the correct person. Well, I guess that'll have to be us.
strangely, she changed Sierra to Sienna. I've never heard it that way. I've only ever heard it as Sierra. To whoever is finding these notes, understand my hope is that by enshrouding this intelligence in such an obtuse manner, its detection will discourage most innocent seekers, thereby allowing it to befall the correct person, and not the easily distracted military mind, nor the typically bewildered excursionist. Do not blame the submarine's crew. I don't believe its passengers like Henry Griffin can even understand what has truly happened to them, and you do not have to forgive me for my myriad failures, but please remember the name, Anna Shea, or Shay, I'm not entirely sure. Know that she did not deserve her fate. And then someone did a nice little doodle. I suppose Anna was her friend, if I recall correctly. Okay. It says, and then now what? Now I'm not exactly sure. I guess we hunt down the rocks. It's very quiet. There's no like music or anything. Quite ominous. Hope the day's going well for everyone. Oh yeah, I finished doing a lot of the organizational stuff I had to do in order to get the Disco Elysium streams up on YouTube. So I'm going to probably release all of the ones that are outstanding right after stream, or as soon as I can, because the biggest problem was that I didn't know what dates every stream occurred on, and then I figured that out. That wasn't the easiest thing to do, but I got there. Okay, well, I don't quite recall where we need to go, so let's just wander around for a bit. Oh wait, maybe this has changed. Let's check if it's the same or not. Is it not that number anymore? 140.1. Oops, caps lock. I guess it's just not working anymore. Alright, that's very cool. Can any of my friends remind me what was happening? I don't know how long the stream will be, but we'll see. It might be going as far as we can. Who knows, maybe there's not much of the game left and we'll just be finishing it. Where is everyone? Maybe they're up there. Who knows? We'll see. I'm not quite in the streaming head space yet. I was about to say headset. Because I'd be combining headspace and mindset. But I don't even have a headset on, so I don't know why I would talk about that. I was thinking about some branding stuff for the channel. Where is everyone? Okay, that's pretty weird. Yeah, I don't know. I have a few plans, but they'll probably take quite a while to come to fruition. And I'm hoping I can just keep doing this without worrying about it too much. You know, just take my time going through games that I actually want to play. And posting them up on Twitch and YouTube. I'm thinking of editing down a lot of the streams. It's just going to be quite an ordeal. But editing them down to like the highlights. So that's my next goal once I've got like the Disco Elysium streams up. Then the Outstanding Pyro streams, and then I can get these Oxenfree streams up there as well. Then I'll be more inclined to start editing down old streams into just their highlights. Can I go, please? There we go. I missed the hitbox like 4 times there. So yeah, I guess look forward to that, but I'm not promising that it'll be very soon that those will release. Let's just see how things go. I guess I'm just looking for my rocks then. Oh, what's happening? Oh, why is Reginald drowning?
Alex, okay, are you back to normal?
I just fainted.
I just saw it was like a premonition, I think, and I know that sounds whatever, but this must be what it's like when people say they do that, because I kind of just saw Ren drowning.
Okay.
Why is his face so
Easy for a second.
smarmy?
You went all red-eyed, like when we get possessed.
I haven't been possessed very much. Ren needs
I
help.
can't let that matter right now. Ren, look, I just know he needs me. I
Yeah,
mean,
I guess.
me seeing him in trouble must mean he's, like, actually in trouble, right?
That's not really sound logic.
It's just an effect of the possession or something. Like, look, when I went under, I saw, but not really, you on a beach with a battleship.
That's what you saw?
Oh, is that really what you saw when you were possessed?
Yeah, and I'm sure when it happened to him, Ren saw his own weird stuff too. So, I don't know, but I think he's okay.
Let's go.
Let's keep on to the station. We can talk to him from there anyway.
Let's just check on him. Where is he? Does it say? No. I guess let's go on to the station, because I don't even know where Ren is. Please, can you characters recap the story for me? I was actually thinking about this earlier. Oh, nice trees. My long-term memory is comparatively much better than my short-term memory. I don't know why that is the case. Probably from... Actually, is this... Can we open this now? It's probably from some years ago when I was, like, not getting enough sleep.
No.
Oh, okay, there he is.
Kinda made sense.
Hey, guys.
Wait. Did I get the plan wrong? Because if I got it right,
No, you didn't get it wrong.
you're supposed to be yellow brick roading it to the wood station right about now.
We're just taking this way, that's all.
Okay, well, thank you for reminding me.
Everything's the scenic route. There's no quicker way.
Okay. Well, we'll be here. Good luck.
Okay. I didn't say I saw Ren drowning, because that would freak him out, and he's probably still stoned. But, yeah, I spent quite a few, like, days without a lot of sleep a couple years ago, and that probably just
The thing I
messed
don't
with
get
some
is,
short-term stuff.
what
I don't
if
know.
everyone at their respective stations were on, like, a lunch break or something when the bombs started falling?
Oh, I remember now.
Or then?
We need
I
to...
don't think you're allowed to take lunch
sound
breaks
the
when
alarm,
you're on
essentially.
active nuclear annihilation watch duty, so it'd probably never come up.
I remember now. We need to open this by going to the station and signaling, like, a warning. Yeah. So, where are we going? Horn Tower, or... Yeah, I think so. I'll just walk past you guys. I remember this one. I already did it. So let's just keep going then, up to the Richard Harden Tower. Unless we have to go to Fort Milner. I don't think it'll punish me for going to the wrong place. Fort Milner? Okay, let's try going to Fort Milner, it's faster anyway. Well, actually, they said Wood Station, didn't they? Is that a specific place? Let me check. Because they might have just been speaking like what surrounds it. There's the US Army, RCS, the woods. Okay, well, let's try going to the woods then. Yeah. Wood Station. There's a synth going there. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, there we go. We got some more music. I wonder if it's just randomly picked from like a queue, or if it's related to each area. Might be having to go there. Let's just see. I think there were places in this area that we didn't explore before, so I don't have a problem going back.
You know what time it is?
It's 4 a.m.
It's 4 in the morning, which is usually about the time everyone decides if they're going to bed or ordering another 3 pizzas.
Yeah?
That's weird.
What's your
I
vote
don't
usually
know that.
In, that situation.
Bed.
Usually, I'm asleep at 11 with my hand half dunked in the chip bowl.
Nice.
You think this tuning
Don't
into
snack
the
before you
terror thing's
sleep.
gonna work?
Why is there a chair there?
Like, really?
That's all we have.
It really doesn't matter if I think it's gonna work. It's sort of all we have, and
Yeah.
we're running out of time.
It
Ever
is.
the
all we
optimist.
have, Yeah. I just wish I felt like the ghosts were concerned that their plan won't work.
Weird chair.
Pretty confident. Like they know by sunrise they're all gonna be shopping for school supplies.
Jonas, don't worry about that. We don't know what they're thinking apart from the I want to live in you thing.
I'll try not to worry.
Yeah,
I
weird
think
chair.
this stuff is getting pulled in from like their time or something. This is so weird.
Yeah, it's not exactly a good omen. I think we're running out of runway here.
It's fine. Some nice desks, drawers. Wait, maybe I can make this jump. Have I been to this area before? I think I have. Yeah, okay, we can make the...
Jesus, what are you doing jumping across that?
It's like the only way to get across.
There's like another way down here. I can't believe you even
I've
made...
been here before, remember? We used to
Nice.
skip across here as kids. It's fine.
You're a bunch of psychos to ever try that, but good to know.
I mean, we did almost fall off. So, I don't blame him. Do we need to help you? Okay, now you're good. I'm glad I made it up. I was not sure that was actually gonna work. Yep. So far, nothing too spooky has happened. But just watch, I'm gonna be very wrong. Is there a station? Is it this way? Maybe. Let's check. I mean, there was dialogue on this in this area, so I assume I'm in the right place. Mouse moving. So we drop some
The
frames.
station's up at the top of the hill.
It's not a big deal. Okay.
I hope this works.
So do I, Jonas. At the top of the hill, you say? Oh, okay. Let's climb the polygonal, or the polygon-covered wall. Yeah, we have been here, I remember. Early on.
Now the station's up at the top of the hill. I hope this works.
God, we're in another loop-de-loo. They always
Loop-de-loo.
come at appropriate times, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Thanks for the update.
Yeah, come on, just... There we go.
Now the station's up at the top of the hill. I hope this works.
Yep.
I am also... hope that.
I am also hope that. Do we need to go this way? Does it want me to go this way? Doesn't seem like it. Let's just look around because that didn't seem to change anything. Maybe it wants me to see something over here. Nope. Maybe it wants me to see something down here.
Nona, what happened? What's wrong with Ren?
Ren, he had an accident. He
Oh, but we're in a time loop, so we can fix it, right?
I couldn't.
Ow.
How? I mean...
Let's not
yeah,
let's
we
not
just saw
write it off
How
yet.
did this happen?
He drowned. He took a fall.
That looks like he jumped, bro.
I don't know. He just stopped.
Where is he now?
I mean, does it really matter what happened? Either way, done is done. And done.
No, you're not Jonas, so there's no use in pretending.
Yeah.
Soon it won't be a pretense. It'll be an absolute.
Well, that's creepy.
Alex, we know you're in charge and we know your plan, and we also know that your plan won't work. It never does. So we have a proposition.
Pretty rude.
for you. A deal. A bargain, really.
A preposition.
A proposition? Like what?
Let's go into the bargaining.
Marissa, she's gone. We'll pilot her through the rest of existence, and there's nothing you can do to change that. But if you agree to let us take her, let her go, quietly and without fuss. We won't slaughter the rest of your friends, like young Reginald here.
You already said you won't hurt them.
We leave the rest of you cattle alone.
Why do you need my permission? Why do you need my... Why do you... I'm calling your bluff.
Have her already.
Don't misunderstand. We don't need anything from you except what we can willingly take. We're merely offering you an arrangement that would leave both parties satisfied. Well, somewhat satisfied. Your friends would...
Forget it. No deal. Everyone is coming home with me.
Courage is not always the way, dear.
Okay.
You don't have much time left. Do you know how we know you don't have much time left?
Sure. Tell me. Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care.
We know because we can be Jonas for this long, and his soul's as quiet as an empty church.
Just never say we didn't provide you
Ghost.
the rules.
Can I still move? Okay, where's Jonas now? Okay, here's everyone.
I know he was your best friend, Alex. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. One minute he was there, and then he was just gone.
It's
okay.
okay, Nona. You didn't do anything wrong. I know it's not your fault. Of course, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
I didn't know him that well, but I like what I'd gotten to know.
He would have
I'm
liked
sorry.
that.
It's
I don't think he's
I
dead yet.
shouldn't. It's colossally stupid of me to talk about him like that with you here. This is... He was more important.
He'd be flattered.
Nona, really? Ren would be flattered to hear you say anything about him, so if he can hear this at all, trust me, he's over the moon
Excuse
right
me?
now.
Sure. It's a tiny thing, but I hope he knew that I liked him. And I don't
You
know
hoped.
if he did.
He hoped you did. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a tiny thing.
Okay. Okay, good speed.
The station's up at the top of the... Ugh. God, that was... My mouth feels like I just ate a tree.
Do you remember Ren? Nona? Their whole little situation?
Should I go check on them again?
I mean, maybe it was just a version of things, you know? Like it didn't happen in this time, or...
Yeah. No, maybe.
Hello?
Ah, Ren's okay.
Anyone there?
What? Are they... Oh, they're somehow... I guess they're somehow broadcasting or something from the, station speakers.
Are you guys at the station?
Anybody?
They're both alive.
Jonas?
That's all I care about.
Wait, hold on.
Jonas?
God.
Punch Alex if you
Yeah,
can hear this.
no, that's a bonus too.
Seriously, right in the throat.
Jonas, don't listen. We're all set here for the thing? The machinery?
I'm worried that it's not actually them.
Whatever we're doing?
Oh wait, we already did this one.
Do it.
I
Time's
remember this one.
wasted. Like, actually wasted. Like, I feel my body wasting away.
That's
No,
not good.
It's okay if you're, like, dealing with stuff. We had to deal with stuff.
Radio locked. I keep forgetting this.
What
is
stuff?
that.
The,
Okay,
when
I
I
just have
almost
to tune it.
kind of slipped and fell off the bridge.
Oh my god, you guys, that...
No, it was the...
It was psychotic to watch. Like, almost doesn't quite describe the terror that held my heart watching her come close.
It wasn't that.
You were perilously close to tumbling into the ocean.
I just wanted to see if I can
5,000 feet up.
tune this, guys. Come on, can you please keep quiet?
People
It was like... It was high. Believe me.
No, it
What's this?
wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it... just whatever. I'm fine.
It's just saying ZBK.
She is fine. It's true.
Shut up.
Yeah, I can kind of tell from these segments that it would be on this game would be on mobile devices.
Whenever
Because
you're
this
ready.
definitely works
I'm sure you're
better
listening.
if you can just swipe it
Yeah,
across.
just hit the button, the receiver thing, and we can do this stuff.
Stuff. Exactly.
Okay, over.
Over now.
Why do you have to have the last word? Over's good enough.
Over now.
There we go. Yep, let's just pick it up.
Hello. We're here. We made it. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. This is Edward Island's emergency. How may I help you? If you're being sat on by a very large burglar, just mash the dial with your fist, please. Otherwise, stay on the line, and we'll send a traffic custodian out to you directly.
Oh, thank God. I'd like to report a poltergeist.
Yeah, let's keep things light.
Into my house. They've shaved all my cats. They look better in my mittens. Oh, I just need any and all advice.
I don't know if this is a specific reference.
Everyone just shut up. You can play dress-up phone time when you get home. We got work to do.
Yeah, I guess he's right, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fine.
Then the
Signal verified. Shelter TF1 open.
Nice.
I guess it worked.
Meet you there.
Great. Okay, we'll meet you there.
Right. See you at the shelter.
Over and out.
Close the time hole and save the day. Okay, something tells me it's not going to be over that soon. But let's see. I guess we're going to save the day. There we go. Let's try it. Let's just keep going. I don't really know where this is going exactly. I feel like there's going to be quite a bit more. I can't see exactly how. Probably something with Clarissa. Definitely going to see Michael again, I reckon. I think we're going to see Michael die. We're going to see Clarissa's reaction to that. So I reckon there's at least 2 more hours in the game. If not 3. I don't know. I really don't know. So usually I go on How Long to Beat, which is a website that tells you based on a lot of people's responses how long a game takes to beat. But in my experience, it's never been very accurate for me. That was a bit tautological. But I always, for example, with Disco Elysium, it said that that was about a 35-hour game. I spent about 50 hours playing that game. So, I don't know, it said that this was about a 4-hour game, I think. We'll see. At this point, I have no way of knowing.
I have an idea, Mr. Jordan. Couldn't we have him reborn?
Oh no, come on, Jonas, don't turn freaky now.
Okay, I'm... Jesus Christ, I really hate that.
Yeah.
But I think,
Are you okay now, really?
yeah, I think. It's just, look, it's scary, needless to say, when I, like, drown or whatever in my own body, and it's starting to feel like, just, like, how do I say this? 'Cause I don't want to... This isn't
It's
like...
okay, Jonas. Just say what's on your brain.
Yeah.
I just want to say...
Oh, what's this?
I think it would have been cool, us living together for whatever, senior year. And I'm just glad I met you, that's all.
I guess Maggie was the one who had this place turned into a park.
After the fort closed, I used the considerable resources from my father's endowment to buy up most of the land or influence government officials to declare that which I could not buy protected. I've not been entirely successful, and I've watched in horror as a small tourist industry has precariously sprung upon this cursed island. Even the family of one of the sailors who died, Calvin Gilbert, set up a restaurant to cater to inquisitive out-of-towners. I can promise this, though. The museum will never happen, and the beach and caves will be boarded up.
I'm just glad we met.
I'm glad too, okay?
Yeah.
So there, it's out in the open, we're both glad.
Okay, good. So, that's it. And now we can go back to the whole escaping and trying to live another day thing.
And we're gonna be fine, by the way. There's no... You don't have to put it like it would have been whatever to live together. We are gonna live together, and you're someday soon gonna eat all the peanut butter, and when I go make a sandwich, I'm gonna be mad.
Oh, that's nice.
All right.
Let me just see something. I want to see if... Because we found another note, so I wonder if it's just going to tell me again. From top to bottom, stairs. That's what it said. Okay, so let me think then. What could that mean? Started here. I wonder if we should just check every staircase. I don't know. We'll see if we can do a sort of completionist thing at the end of this game. I'm really not sure how much is left. And I hope everyone's doing well though and enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm not usually one for horror, but this has been quite well executed, I think. It's not just jump scares, it's like serves a narrative purpose. They're well written, like the actual scares. And I mean, the puzzles are probably so far one of the weaker elements in my mind. They're not very complicated and they feel like they're mostly just there to pad out time. Maybe here and there. I don't know. I can't recall anything besides like the radio puzzles that stick out. Where am I? Oh, I'm behind this tree. So this definitely feels like it's a game that's just meant to be played through, not really, it's not really for the gameplay. It's just an experience, it seems. Which I'm fine with. There's a lot you can do with the story in the medium of video games that you can't do in other media.
I'm just gonna say one thing, and then I promise it'll be the last time I bring it up tonight. But
It's 5 a.m.
you know you screwed up with Ashley at the concert, right?
What are you talking
I mean, it's
about?
not a giant thing, but still.
Who's Ash? Oh, you mean Amanda? My
Oh, yeah, see,
really good
I called
friend
it.
Amanda who's moving away forever? That Amanda?
Yeah, that Amanda, who stole her mom's car. And I don't...
Can I just say that the last time this happened, the last time we like went back in time to see Michael, I got really sad. And I hope it's not that bad this time. I don't know why. I don't know what's triggering it, but I get quite
care if you didn't know
emotional
she
on
didn't
these
have
ones.
permission to take it, because whatever, fine. But you knew you didn't have permission to go to that show. Just tell me it's the last time I hear about you stealing a car.
Oh, wow.
However, inadvertently, my little heart can't handle the excitement.
It'll be the last time, but maybe not for the reasons you think.
I don't really care about the reasons, just for my own sanity, don't do it anymore.
Okay.
Oh, and I wanted to say, per your advice, I think I'm gonna really, like, commit to Clarissa.
Okay.
That sounds dumb, like I'm pinning her or something.
Commit? What the hell does that mean? You're in high school.
Yeah?
I know. I sound like I'm 40, but I don't know. It's not gonna be casual anymore. It's gonna be a thing, a real thing.
Okay.
That's all. So
How old are you
just
again?
Get used to her. That's all I'm saying. Come on, let's get to the central
Yeah.
before the last boat comes.
Yeah, I
gotta
guess we do have to get used to her.
Visual aid for the history project. And then I just gotta write the stupid essay.
What history project? They still make you do, like, work with so little left in
Yeah.
the year?
Or maybe it was due earlier.
It's just like a town history thing for civics, you know? So it's forced me to kind of, I don't know. And I mean, it's funny, I
which
don't
button?
know if I
There
even
we
want
go.
to be here next year. It's just all so flat. Same people, the same expressions.
Well,
Yeah.
if you leave, I'd certainly miss you.
Yeah, no, I know.
That has a lot of
It's just that
dramatic irony.
Everybody here knows me,
well,
you know?
Yeah.
I know you think I have it on easy street, but
Michael
people looking at you
specifically.
all the time, wanting evidence that it's good, that they lived
I
here,
haven't seen
that
this
good
before.
things can happen to people that are from here, it can get to be a real drag. Like, how about somebody else be captain of whatever for once? Give me a rest.
Just don't put so much pressure on yourself, Michael.
Yeah.
Who cares what they think? You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, yes I...
Okay, before we continue on this, I just wanted to say I've struggled with the keyboard controls on this game, like, basically the whole time. Kind of wish I had an analog stick or I was just on a touchscreen. I'll say that much. I'll never mention it again. That's why I keep getting
will.
caught on stuff.
Let's head back before Karen Strands is here. You know, when we saw Uncle Pete last month, I wanted to ask him, because he got out moving to New York. And I asked him if it was hard leaving. Know what he said?
It was hard.
It was hard? I mean, knowing Uncle Peter, he was probably 3 sheets to the wind.
He said the hardest part was deciding what to take with him and what to leave behind.
Fair.
I thought it was, I don't know, for him, kind of almost touching.
Interesting.
That's actually... that's not bad.
I cannot believe I had to pick you up from the police station because of Grand Theft Auto. I mean, that's too funny.
That game sold 20 million copies last year or something.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, let's go for that one quickly. What's up, Klaus? We completed Disco Elysium last week. I know you were here for that.
Alex,
Stop it. Just stop.
Present day, 5:30 a.m.
you got, you went bad again. I couldn't get you out of it. We should get this done now.
Oh, okay.
I saw Michael again. I'm sorry. When I'm there, I just get sucked into it.
If you want to see the whole thing, then
Nothing
it's
happened.
going up on
Come on,
my
it's
YouTube
all right.
channel at the.
I think I can
end of
hear
the-
Ren and
I
Nona
don't know,
down there.
Just the VODs, but I'm working on stream highlights. Just don't know when they'll be ready. Where exactly are we on the map? Yeah, okay, that didn't help much. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Maybe I'm just bad at keyboard controls in general. Maybe it's not this game's fault.
Just don't say anything to them, okay? This is...
Say anything about what? What are you guys
Yeah, come on, I want to hear this.
We're dating. Nona and I, we're gonna date.
Rin,
Nice.
dude, what did I just say?
What? They asked. Right? You asked?
This joke. Let's do a little joke. What?
Really? Him? You? Is this?
Wow, what a line.
What? No.
It's one date at the Revival Theater. We're
That's-
just gonna
that's
sit
a
quietly
line.
in the dark and watch a documentary on Bosnian genocide.
Interesting choice.
Romantic.
Cool. I'm guessing that this was Nona's idea.
Hey, I gave him a choice. It was either this or volunteer at an animal shelter that only keeps frenzied possums.
Why did you give him such bad options?
I know it's stupid to be planning or whatever.
Nah,
for
it's
this,
fine.
But
It's fine.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's not that insignificant or whatever.
Whatever. Truly the language of love.
Shut up.
I was gonna say good for you. Good for you
I'm
guys.
glad. This is. I mean, at the very least, I'll get to hear embarrassing stories. So.
I want to get this off my chest.
Okay.
Just
Go ahead.
something happened to us tonight, Alex. Something broke. I don't
do you
know if
mean?
it was the ghosts or whatever, but you've been acting like not you.
Have I been picking the wrong dialogue options?
No. I don't know.
Ren, are you? This is what you want to tell me before we go in there?
Yeah?
I know. I'm sorry. It's just been a crappy night. I
Yeah.
don't even know what I'm saying.
This is stupid, but can we like take a picture?
Why?
I don't know.
I'm not exactly sure how
Things go
far I am.
bad and somebody finds it or something.
I'm about
Let's do it. We're on a beach.
3 hours?
Let's keep a shred of normal.
A bit more? Like, maybe closer to 4 hours?
All right, let's take it.
Alex, get in here.
Sure. I don't know how linear this game is. It feels quite
You're
linear.
not
at the
getting
moment.
out of it.
All right.
Once we're in there, the door won't open again since the system's so convoluted. So, make sure you're ready to finish this before we go inside.
Well, that's the game telling me I need to do something. If I've ever heard it. Should we track down these anomalies? I'm guessing that's the stones. Stone signals. I haven't done much exploration of the island. Is this a good time to do it? To re-explore the island? Yeah, oh, okay, it took you 5.4 hours? Okay, well, I'm generally quite slow. Oh, we can hug.
I am coming with you, you know.
Yeah.
Sure, let's hug everyone. I like that.
Oof. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm playing this from the Epic Games launcher because I got it on special in there. I don't know if that has
be back.
actual
I know.
tracking because I don't use Epic Games at all. Should I quickly track down those stones? I'm really not sure. This game doesn't have save states. Understandable, but it could have easily been done for the PC port. Yeah. Yeah, I only use Epic Games for the free games. This wasn't one of them. To my knowledge. Might have missed it. But I just got this one on special like a few months ago. 2 months ago probably. Yeah, okay, well let's just look around for these stones, like for a minute. I don't want to be caught completely off guard. And I think the best thing about games is that they give the player agency. So if a game doesn't give me agency, I'm just gonna call it a worse game for that. So hopefully this is the game letting me take my time to look around before we get into the finale. I'll treat it like that. Like that. Wow. I missed quite a lot of them. I got into it quite late. I think I started... When did I start? It was a game I really wanted for free. I think when Rocket League went free to play, I don't even play Rocket League, but I think that's when I got more interested. So that's when I started checking in on the free games each week. That's our new picture. I bought this game. I bought Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. And I bought Ooblets. That's what I've spent on the Epic Games store. Oh, it's so weird how it doesn't have a cart. It just has a buy each game individually, so you get like a receipt for everything. They really need to work on this. They're not good competition for Steam outside of the whole free games thing. Which I'm told they do pay the developers for each free copy that's given away. Which I hope is true. They definitely have the money for that. Yeah, they really do. I actually have a bit of a story about that. I don't know if it was completely their fault, but when I bought, I think it was Ooblets. When I bought Ooblets, so I was buying it on using my debit card, and I needed to set my electronic budget. Like, I needed to reset the electronic transactions limit for the month because I had been I had to pay something off. So it was my monthly spending was a lot higher than it usually was, so I had to adjust it. And what happened was I first tried to buy the game, like process the payment. Without doing that, oh, we haven't opened this spot here. So I tried to process the payment without fixing that limit, and it denied it, as it should. So I went into my banking app and I fixed my limit, and then I try again, and then it charges me twice, as if like once for the limit, once after the limit had been fixed. And I emailed them. They said that they only got one transaction, they only received the payment for one of them, so I thought it wasn't their fault. Spoke to my bank. That was a waste of time. I don't know if I ever got refunded, like if the money just came back to my account or not. It was pretty annoying. Oh yeah, I remember it. These stations sucked. Oh, there we go. Oh. I don't exactly completely understand these puzzles. Like, do I need to go over one several times? There we go. That's how I have been doing it. I don't know if that's very precise or not. And what was the point? Oh wait, there's some rocks. Oh, wrong button.
Time for Fina, Lima,
Oh.
Echo, Echo.
I need to hear that again.
Papa. In the middle of things.
Say it again.
Time for Fina, Lima, Echo, Echo.
Sleep.
Papa. In the middle of things.
Sleep in the middle of things. I heard one person tried to delete their account. Let me read this. Tried to delete their account, and it took them a while since they needed a bunch of stupid info like transaction details, even though they never bought anything there. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And I don't know if it differs at all for anyone else, but I log in with my Nintendo account, and that's kind of annoying each time. Each time I have to do it. Thankfully, I don't have to do it that often. But it has to take me through to the Nintendo page, and I have to log in from there. Oh no, wait, I remember that. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Something keeps touching my leg in the water, and I don't know what it is. Can we just go into the cave now?
No, sure. I just want you to have a good time. Wait, I think there's something down there.
Oh no.
Wait, Jason, don't.
Oh no, it's Jason.
Jason?
Jason! Yeah, there was also something about sleep in the middle of things. Yeah, let's explore. Let's explore. I'm convinced that there's now stuff I want to do before we go into that bunker. So let me update this text file. There we go. Now imagine if I had an assistant and they could just do that for me. Wouldn't that be cool? Sleep in the middle of things. So probably under the middle bed. I was about to say third. That wouldn't make any sense.
It says that the base first found the ghost's messages here.
Oh. That's... Oh! Did they do it that way? That's pretty interesting. I wonder if they programmed it to do a similar thing on Epic. But I don't have any friends on Epic. I don't know. The first transmissions from the lost soldiers were recorded here by a signal officer training new recruits. I heard about it soon after. Yes, word of the childlike, almost playful messages spread quickly, but the broadcasts were usually dismissed as an ongoing prank, faulty equipment, or an AM stations bouncing off the midland. Or AM stations. However, after I successfully decoded one as a mayday from Calvin Gilbert, an electrician who perished on the USS Kenaloa, I knew it had to be something more. Is she talking about all the anomalies? That would make sense. So, we try going to 140 again. Might change. Oh wait, maybe I need to do it in each area. That would make sense. Would it not? Yeah, that would make sense. So let's try doing that. And get out of here. Oh wait, we go this way, I remember. This place was creepy. So this... we unlocked that. So no worries there. I like when games do that meta stuff. That they like pull from your friends list. I mean, it feels a little bit invasive, but that's kind of the point when it happens. That's what Psycho Mantis does in Metal Gear Solid 2? 1? I haven't played Metal Gear Solid. I'm such a fake. I really want to. It seems like a cool game. And I haven't done too much with stealth games, but they actually seem kind of cool. The first stealth game I really played, I think, was Splinter Cell. Or Scarecrow and Batman. Which Batman is that? Or Doki Doki, yeah. One Shot also does stuff. Did I already do this, Rock? Oh wait, there's a letter here. I want to see what it says, though. Yeah, there's a lot of games that do it, and it's really cool. Haven't played any of them. Yeah, but my first experience was with Splinter Cell. The first Splinter Cell game. That was a...
If you want directions, this
oh, okay.
Golf, Uniform, India, Delta, Echo
Guide.
Can help.
Guide. Yeah. Nice. Haven't played any of them except Oxenfree. There we go. Did I already do this anomaly, I wonder?
If you want directions.
I don't want directions right now. I'm trying to think if I've done played any of those games. If I've played any of those games that kind of access your metadata and try to mess with you. No, because mostly I've done it on like... I think for the most part I've played games on consoles. Like I've only really been getting into a bit of PC gaming. I'm reluctant to use that phrase because it's more associated with like running high-end games with high-end technology, and I don't really do that. But, you know, I've recently been playing more PC games.
Every individual it is maintained.
Let's hear this. Oh, whoops, my bad. There we go.
Enveloped in a radiance invisible to the carnal eye and only perceived by the soul accustomed to it.
Orderly! Orderly!
Okay. Oh, really? Oh, wait, the Lavender Town game. Lavender Town game. Oh, speaking is difficult. Do you mean like the fan ROM or the ROM hack?
Maggie brought her friend Anna here to help, I guess.
When people in the comms department began transferring off, I was able to convince my higher-ups, including, coincidentally, one eventual army passenger on board the Kanaloa, Henry Griffin, to bring Anna on board as a replacement. Anna had been working in broadcasting, so it made enough sense to the upper ranks. Incidentally, when I dream, it is usually during this time period, amidst the change, and I am trying to prevent Anna from ever coming. Bandmate, yeah. I think I know the one. I think I remember that one. So yeah, it's harder to do on console games, typically, because there isn't as much other technology going on. Whereas a PC, like, you could have an entire profile, a friends list and everything. It's less common with consoles, or it historically was. So I understand why I haven't run into it that much as someone who mostly played stuff on Nintendo consoles. Yeah. I can't recall any. But now that I've got a computer that can run games more, maybe I'll run into more of them. Yeah, we went there. We've done this one, I believe. Let's go to the Hardened Tower, I guess. Yeah, I already did that one. Hey. Let me check. I should also check the 140. I like when there's sections of games that most players can just miss. Well, not most, but some players can just miss if they want to.
Under the ladder, below the Tango, Oscar, Whiskey, Echo, Romeo.
Tower. I think I've already done this anomaly, right? I'm not entirely sure, but let's just check.
Under. Whiskey.
Whiskey. The actual alcoholic, Maggie Adler. I definitely want to play one shot. I've already done this one.
Low frequency radio wave is incident.
Okay, I don't think we've heard this one.
Radio waves travel forever until it is absorbed by
I haven't played Bioshock, no.
a person.
Okay. I've kind of wanted to get into Bioshock, but I don't know what the best way to play it is. Under the ladder. What would you recommend?
Communication school here taught them how to make codes.
I think you'll love it. Yeah, it definitely seems like something I'm quite I'd be interested in. The story and the setting definitely intrigue me. I don't know much about the story, but definitely the setting and like from little cinematic sequences that I've seen, I'm like, ooh, this is good direction. It's what Bioshock 2 and Bioshock Infinite, I believe. I know that they're all available on PC. I'm not sure if I've heard like mixed things about the porting and the optimization. So I'm not entirely sure if I want to play it on PC or if I want to get like maybe the Switch bundle of them. I think, does it have all of them? I'm not exactly sure. But I'll look into it, for sure. Although I do have a lot of games to get through before I get to that, honestly. I don't know about Switch. Yeah, I also don't know. Recruits learned communications technology here, and several others learned code breaking. It's true, but due to my aptitude in math and mechanical engineering, I was assigned code making, specifically ciphers with which to conceal projects from even other government agencies. It was a job I grew increasingly uncomfortable with, but my keen interest in radio science had me pulling double duty as a comms officer. I remember one of the Kanaloa's engineers, Francis, calling me a radio woman. As far as he knew, it was my only job. Okay. Would you recommend then trying to play them as they were originally released? I think that was on the PS3 for the most part. It might have been the PS2 as well, but I think it's the PS3. Because I've been thinking maybe I should invest in a PS3 because there's a lot of games you can play on a PS3. I think you can play all the Persona games, something like that. Yeah, it just seems like it might be a console worth getting. Oh, original PC versions. What do you mean PS? I'm not an expert in this. I shouldn't correct anyone. Let's see, where to next? Hardened Tower, I guess. Maybe Relay Point? I don't know. Seems like we missed quite a few of these as we were exploring. How many anomalies do I have? 7 out of 12. Okay, at least we're past halfway. Would you play a shooter on a console anyway? I don't usually play shooters anyway. Wrong button. I have played... The only shooter I've really played on consoles is Black Ops, and I was playing that with my brother. That's my experience. Have we already done this? No, I don't think we have. This is Epiphany Hills, right?
Turn on the Lima, India.
I'm gonna guess light.
Golf,
Yeah.
Hotel, Tango. For the ships coming home.
Yep. Turn on the light. Immersive Sims. Yeah. Definitely when I intend to play shooters, there's a specific shooter I'm actually wanting to play, which is Max Payne. I want to get into that series, or see if it's worth getting into. And when I'm playing those, I'd like the precision of a mouse. Is there something over there? No, I guess not. Okay, where do we turn on the light? What, the sailors? Oh, okay. I only have the first one, so I'll see if it's worth my investment. But yeah, I've heard Max Payne 2 is... Some people love it, some people are like, oh, it's the weakest in the series. But I've heard some people really love it, so I don't know, I'll see. I'm definitely into noir and stuff like that, so that's what got me interested in it, despite my usual lack of interest in shooters. I'm like, oh, it's noir? I'll give it a go. And I hear the gunplay's pretty good. Which, I mean, if I'm going to play a shooter, I might as well have good gunplay, right? Turn on the light for the sailors. Yeah, okay, I guess we can go to the house. The lighthouse. I just don't feel... Yeah. I've seen from the art, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is really noir anymore. The last Max Payne game. I was gonna try to remember exactly what it was called, but I think it actually is just called Max Payne 3. Not like The Fall of Max Payne or anything cool like that. Yeah, there's the letter.
I didn't know Maggie grew up in Maine.
But what I was going to say was... Now I can't remember what I was going to say. Okay, there's flashbacks. At least there's that. There's a similar statue of a soldier in Maine, where I grew up. My memory of it is, I think, part of the reason why I said yes when the army recruited me out of college, despite my family's protestations. Anna, my close friend from childhood, was of course thrilled at the possibility of my escape. I anonymously started the petition in 1975 to have this one made, after the daughter of Kanaloa crewman Francis Salter asked. I don't know why. A marker, maybe, for the hope I once had to help people? Excuse me. I did say I ate something before stream because I was hungry and didn't want to just be hungry on stream. I think those are rocks right there. Let me give it a go. Wasn't expecting that. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about why I usually find shooters unfulfilling. Usually the story doesn't interest me that much, and then most of the reason that you're playing it is for the, like, gameplay loop of going into matches and shooting people, and I'm like, I'm not really fulfilled by that. I like something that I can close the loop on, like a story, not something that I have to endlessly invest hours into to get better at, so I can beat people. It's already a good end to me.
How many of you are there?
Ghosts? Are they talking about ghosts? Yeah.
How many of you are there?
Then you probably get what I'm talking about. Okay, that's the whole thing, I guess. Yay, we got another anomaly. Where to next? I guess Discovery Cliffs. Let's try that. I think we can just go this way. Let's do that. What's your favorite story-driven game, Kvaus? I'm curious. I thoroughly enjoyed Disco Elysium, by the way. I think it's probably up there. Soma. Oh, I've heard good things. That was a few years ago. That was like, what, 4 or 5 years ago when that was released? I want to say. Okay, well, let's check. With a letter clue?
At the top of the hill, in the Charlie, Oscar, Lima, Oscar, Romeo, Echo, Delta, field. At the top of the hill,
I think I might have missed
Charlie,
something.
Oscar, Lima, Oscar, Romeo.
Oh, color?
Echo, Delta, field.
Colored field. I was confused because they didn't include a U. How crazy. Ah, there it is.
That woman, Marianne
My
Bozek,
European
helped her
spelling.
transcribe the ghost's transmissions.
Okay. Okay. I don't know that weak gameplay, but I think it was... That's like a cybery, spooky game, isn't it? Anyway, Marianne Bozek, forever engraved on the Command Annex's memorial plaque, was a kind, humble woman who helped me decode the ghost's unusual message. I don't think she ever really believed my hypothesis that they were relays from the sunken submarine, even though she corresponded with, as she put it, a man named Calvin, an electrician who died on the Kanaloa. I pieced together the truth, the cover-up, and my own tragic mistake that killed him and his mates over months of careful deciphering. Oh, so it was her fault. Maybe this will give us the true ending. I saw, when I was searching something like how long does this game take to beat, someone asked how many, does Oxenfree have multiple endings? Oh wow. What it's like to be human, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, story is why I typically go towards adventure games. Because it's easy to tell a story in an adventure game where gameplay is less at the forefront of the developer's mind. Though it should still be considered, in my opinion. But I'll look into Soma. I do have a list that I'm slowly working through of the games that I have in my library that I haven't played. So I think the next game we're going to play after this is going to be Paradise Killer. Because I've really wanted to look at that. It's a detective game, and I love my detective games. But yeah, I'll definitely investigate Soma. Haha, investigate detective games. I never stop. Always on the go. Oh yeah, that definitely makes sense. You probably would enjoy the Metroid Prime series if you haven't played those. But that was like the whole thing about why they brought it into 3D and first person, is because it was so immersive and you could explore the world. Whereas, oh well, that had been the whole emphasis, of the previous games, was exploration, growth, discovery, and you could do that in an even more immersive fashion with the Metroid Prime games. Oh, okay. Do you mean the Metroid Prime games that you don't like the 2D gameplay of? Where it's sort of platforming and shooting. Run and gunning, as one could say. Too much platforming, yeah. That makes sense. Have you given the Prime games a go, though? They're in first person. They're basically first person shooters. You hate platforming? I feel that. Although a game I've really been enjoying is Hollow Knight, and that's mostly platforming. It's mostly platforming and fighting. And despite how terrible I am at both of those things, I've really enjoyed it so far. Haven't finished it yet. Good game. But I mean, if you don't like platforming, I wouldn't recommend it. Definitely look into the Prime series though, if you haven't played that, the Metroid Prime series. I don't think they have much platforming at all. Or it's definitely brought down, because, wow, first-person platformers. Yeah, it's not on PC, that's true. You can emulate, I guess, because it was on the Wii. And, you know, you could use Dolphin. But I don't know if you want to go down that path. I wouldn't myself, especially since I have a Switch and there's a lot of rumors going around about them remastering them for the Switch. Those titles. Did I already get the rock here? I can't recall. I'm just kind of looking for it. I don't know if it's hidden in there. That would make sense. It seems that the notes... No, they're not always next to the rocks. They're usually quite close, though. Let's check if it's in there. It might be. That would be sneaky of them. Yeah. I would like them to put all of the Prime trilogy on Switch, just as one bundle. I don't want to buy 3 games separately. I still haven't picked up the Mario bundle. The 3D All-Stars. Makes sense. When there are 10 games that you want on a console, I think that's a pretty good time to hop on. Can't blame you. I just like Nintendo stuff, so not quite day one. Day one I wanted it, but I got it a few months after launch just so they could release some patches and stuff, you know, get the console a little bit more launch ready. Interesting. And then you also get a couple more games on there. Breath of the Wild. Would you like to share what your list of games is so far? If I would make my own prediction. Oh, okay, you're sharing it anyway. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. I was gonna say it's probably Breath of the Wild, and I couldn't predict the other two. I'm guessing, are you not a fan of Fire Emblem? Because that seems in a similar vein to some of those games. Astral Chain, it's kind of like, I mean, it is sort of its own thing compared to the other games on that list. It's less action-oriented, but it's got story. I don't know about Fire Emblem. I've played Fire Emblem Awakening, and I really enjoyed that. Am I just blind? I I didn't finish it. I think I got to like the last stage, but I was seriously underleveled or something. So I've been wanting to restart it and just have a solid team from the start. Or start building a solid team from the get-go. But I can understand your... What's the word I'm looking for? I've been trying to remember this word all day. Starts with an A. Oh well. I can understand why you're hesitant. Maybe it's over here. It's a rock. Seriously? Because it is one for each section of the map, isn't it? I can't believe I've been stuck here for so long. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's one for each section of the map. I don't think I've done this section yet. Chances are that I might have. They don't disappear once you find them, though. Okay, it's surprising that you want to return to it. Because to me, I think that, from what I've observed, that's a game where you either are like, I'm in for the ride, or I'm just like, this is incredibly boring. Why are you doing this, Alex? But yeah, that's why I'd be... What button combination do you want from me? There we go. That's what I mean. It's like, it doesn't seem like a game where you could be like, oh, okay, it's walking simulator for the first couple hours. Let me step away from it and come back. It seems more like, okay, I'm just gonna get through this part of the game and then get to the good stuff. But it seems interesting. If they just made a film about it, I'd be willing to, you know what, I should just look up all the cutscenes. I should just look up all the cutscenes, because that's what I want to see. I just want to get the story of the game. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel that. Can I ask how long it took you to beat Disco Elysium? I'm just curious. Because I've seen people are like, oh, it was an easy 20 hours. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, it'll last 60 hours, or it'll last 70 hours. It's 20 hours, bro. And I'm like, I accidentally put 50 hours in it, and I wasn't trying to play slowly. I mean, I was streaming at the same time, so I might have been a little bit distracted. Okay, let's return to this area, because I can't seem to find it. Maybe I've already found it. Who knows? We'll see by the end. Yeah, okay. Not too far from my own. I did miss some stuff, and I know that I did. And I'm wanting to go back. Thank goodness it has previous saves. So I can just find the points where I got to the point of no return and play from before then. Yeah, definitely waiting for the big update. I heard about that like a few days ago, and I was like, whoa, they're dubbing the entire game? Are you kidding? Because that's insane. It also got a Russian update like a week or two ago, which explains why when I was looking at the Twitch categories, there are a lot of Russian streamers streaming it all of a sudden. I was like, why? Oh, it's in Russian now. Let's look for the note. Yeah, it is kind of, you know what? Oh wait, I see it right there. I want to hear what your clue is anyway though. The collector's edition, which has like the soundtrack and the art book.
Becomes a Alpha, November,
and
Tango, India, Quebec, Uniform,
Antique.
Echo.
Yeah, Antique.
Eventually.
Oh, a statue. Wait,
Oh my god, the Kanaloa was destroyed by friendly fire? We've been lied to all this time.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. If you're saying that a statue comes with the collector's edition of Disco Elysium, I didn't know that. Maybe I'm just thinking of the digital collector's edition. I don't even see physical stuff. But I was looking at the soundtrack and the art book for Disco Elysium. Oh, wow. Handmade. My word, that would be pricey. But the soundtrack is... Oh, and vinyl. Wow. I've really been enjoying the Disco Elysium soundtrack in my own time. And British Sea Power, the band that did the music, their discography in general, I've been enjoying it. But you can get most of what they put in the game, like the best tracks, you can just get them from normal albums, from normal streaming platforms. If you just go to British Sea Power's discography and you listen to it, you'll find the songs that they used in the game. There are some original tracks, mostly pure instrumental, but it's like, you kind of get the same experience. You don't have to buy the Disco Elysium soundtrack specifically to listen to the Disco Elysium soundtrack. And then the art book, I don't have much of an opinion on, but it seems like it's a bit overpriced for what it is. As I was saying though, the USS Walter Roy, a destroyer escort, sunk the USS Kanaloa with friendly fire on October 25th, 1943. It had held a developmental nuclear reactor in its belly and had been sent out weeks earlier as a test of its capabilities. Relatively few even knew of its existence, which tripled the base's confusion when the submarine's communications had been cut. No one outside of a handful of us would ever know the truth. I would discover later that a weapons technician of the Walter Roy had been at Francis Salter's wedding. Salter was an engineer on the Kanaloa. I don't know why, but it's strange to me. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Now, that's a fan. That is a big fan right there. It's definitely worth, like, it's all good content. The music, fantastic. The art is amazing. I just feel like I'm paying a bit of a premium for it, you know? And I don't really want to. But I mean, that physical edition sounds insane. If I had money, I would get it. I'm also a huge music fan. I definitely get that. I'm not gonna act like I don't collect vinyl. I do have vinyl. And I don't listen to it. I just have it. I'm the worst kind of music collector. Don't even listen to it. I have a bit of vinyl, not much. But I've got 3 Yes records. I'm really proud of those. I've some jazz records. And quite a bit of Moody Blues. I have no vinyls too pricey. You see, my friend, secondhand. I get a lot for secondhand prices. Secondhand really is the shortcut there. If you're collecting it just for like the sake of collecting vinyl, secondhand's perfect. You don't even have to listen to it. Or if you do listen to it and it sounds a little scratchy, like, oh well, I'll just hang it up. Looks nice. So yeah, that's kind of my approach. I have listened to almost every record I own, and I enjoy when I do listen to it, but some of them are a little bit distorted, or there's some problems here and there. Yeah, I know those cheap bundles. There's I don't know if you've heard of them, but there's a developer called, or a publisher actually, they're not a developer. There's a publisher called New Reality Games. Let me tell you about New Reality Games. I don't even have a record player. Fair enough. That's probably actually the most expensive part of collecting vinyl. It's just that initial investment. But let me tell you about New Reality Games. They publish, like, I don't know. The developers are just like messing around in game maker software like Unity and stuff, Unreal, and they're just like, oh, I have like this prototype, but New Reality Games is like, oh, you mean a game? Let's publish this game, and they're all dirt cheap. And at one point, because I was interested in like one of the games, it was only a little bit extra to get this mega bundle or something, which gave me access to every game that they've released and every game that they will ever release. So I just keep getting new games from them, and they're all pretty terrible. Well, I mean, some of them seem pretty good. Not good necessarily, but like playable and like a good experience. Like every now and then you get a diamond in the rough, but for the most part, it's rubbish, and it's pretty funny. Oh, Humble Bundle. I also like Humble Bundle, but I haven't actually used it very much. I just don't like dollar conversions. To be honest, that's like my biggest problem with it. Is just I don't want to convert from dollars. There's also there's a website called Fanatical that also gives a lot of bundles like that. It's in a similar style. But they also do, Humble Bundle also does comics and I guess some ebooks. The Fanatical, I'm struggling with the name for some reason. They have some stuff. Indie Gala I haven't heard of, but I'm gonna add it to the list because I'm also a frugal gamer for the most part. And it's so silly, I think I've talked about this before, but like how much I have to do conversions here. So I usually won't spend more than, Green Man Gaming. I'm getting a bunch now. Now I can just add them to the list and I'll set up like an aggregator to give me all the deals. But I'm usually reluctant to spend more than 200 South African Rand, which is about $15 US dollars on a game. Like, I'm usually reluctant because I'm like, how much of an experience am I really going to get out of this that I can't get out of a cheaper indie game? But as soon as I see like a AAA title get marked down 75% and it's still above $15, they're trading with people. That's nice. I haven't actually gone into that, but yeah, when it's still above $15, sometimes well above $15, but it's like 75% off, I'm like, oh, but it's 75% off. It's 75% off. I mean, when is this ever going to happen again? It happens like 2 months later. It'll always happen. It keeps happening. But yeah, sometimes those catch me out. I'm like, I've bought a game that's really expensive most of the time, and I got it for much less expensive, but still more than I'd usually pay. Am I ever going to actually play it? I'm talking about Dark Souls 3. I got Dark Souls 3 and all the DLC. I don't even have the first two. I don't know if I'll ever play that, but I got it for cheap. It was like 83% off. It's pretty sick. Where are these rocks? My word. Why are the rocks so hard to find all of a sudden? Maybe I've already found them and they just decided that they wouldn't spawn in. Could be the case. But I'm very curious. Maybe it's hidden amongst these. Yeah. That happens. Actually, speaking of sales, so I got Oxenfree on sale. It was like 60% off on Epic Games. But then a couple days ago, might have been last week, might have been the week before, I'm just checking these rocks here, I saw that it was even cheaper. It was 90% off. And I'm like, I just waited. That actually happened with Night in the Woods as well, because that became a free game on Epic as well. And I bought that. Did I buy it full price? It might have been like 25% off. But yeah, I just need to stop buying games. Yeah. It's weird how some you know, game digital storefronts are region locked for some of their games and some aren't. I think it's to prevent people from like screwing over their internal economy with, you know, just switching to the country with the game's cheapest and buying it. Because that did happen. And we actually have a fairly cheap Steam library here in South Africa. It's generally lower priced than the US, with some exceptions. But yeah, happens. Yeah. Yeah, no, it could be worse. I could also like be addicted to buying clothes. Could also be an alcoholic. I like to think that because I don't spend any money on alcohol, that I'm using that on other stuff like games and subscriptions. Where are these rocks, for goodness sake? Am I just lost? Am I just completely lost? Oh, you're in South Africa. Yeah, I'm in ZA. Not SA, because that's Saudi Arabia. And if you've seen Top Gear, you know the joke. And if you're watching this from Saudi Arabia, I recreated the joke, even if you did know it. Sometimes I think it's just because I'm alone in this room, speaking to myself. Maybe it's by this waterfall. I don't know, some of them are more hidden than others. These rocks. These anomalies. It's quite strange. I'm not gonna look it up though. This is a pretty cool track though. I'm digging it. Oh, you knew some people from there. What happened to them? You knew them? It's an alright country. Definitely has about as many pros as it does cons. But I will say, the weather's pretty nice. Oh, wait, I haven't opened the... of course! Might be in the Radio Shack. I didn't even bother checking. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh well. Better late than never. Radio Shack is actually something else. Radio Locked Shack.
Data Command Annex, as it had been dubbed, was
I haven't
used
heard this
during
one
the
before.
base's early years as the communication nerve center for outside military installations. It was also the primary office of Marianne.
Oh yeah, we read about her.
Who developed communications protection through the invention of the famed wall system, a type of radio frequency identification. WAL, standing for Wave-Assisted Lock, assigned each person who was stationed at Fort Milner a call sign through which they could use their portable two-wave radios to unlock prescribed doors and gates. Though the mechanics are considered outmoded today, the island still uses this security method to honor its rich history.
Oh, that's cool. There's a whole lot of story in this game that people could just miss if they were like, let me just get to the end. Oh wait, I just need to hold on it. That makes sense. Yeah, okay, here's the rock. Wrong button once again. I think am I close to it? Nope. Light just shifted. Come on. Oh, there we go. Let's hear it. That's fine. Is this the whole anomaly? It's just music. It's just kind of screeching. All right. Is that the whole thing? Cool, bro. 3 more places. I don't know which ones we've missed. I think we missed. Did we miss Beacon Beach? The entire top list of games. I'm not entirely sure what you mean. If you could just clarify that in chat, then maybe I could give you an answer. Is there a radio locked place here? Let me just go back and check. So I don't entirely know what you mean by top list of games. Oh, my top 25. Go ahead. I don't mind. We can discuss, see if anything lines up. Maybe I missed something that was locked. Soma, Bioshock series, Cyberpunk, that's quite interesting, I'll ask you about that. Fallout, makes sense with Bioshock. Fable, okay, yeah, you like your open-ended stuff. Silent Hill, Witcher 3, not the entire Witcher series, most notably. Doom, makes sense. Disco Elysium, cracked top 10, nice. World of Warcraft, okay, the original I'm guessing, vanilla. Skyrim, right, makes sense, I've played a bit of that, enjoyed it. The Fear series, I don't actually know much about that. Magic the Gathering, cool. Oh, Tesla versus Lovecraft, ha! I've seen that game. Always wondered about it. Crimson Land. Prototype, I think I know that one. That's kind of like infamous in a way, if I remember. The Last of Us and Part 2. Slay the Spire. I like how that's like right next to each other. No, not the vanilla. Oh, okay. Let's see what else. Wasteland 3. Excuse me, I don't know much about that. Borderlands series. That's ranking quite low compared to everything else there. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, I remembered. Hellblade. Dishonored. Dragon Age Origins, Deus Ex, Humankind Divided. Oh, Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. And Life is Strange series. Oh, okay, you've got quite a diverse list. Generally AAA stuff, but it's quite diverse. Pretty cool. I want to hear your defense of Cyberpunk. That's the thing that stuck out to me. I want to hear your defense of Cyberpunk. Is there anything here that I need to unlock? Like, are you happy with the experience that you had playing Cyberpunk? Did you not mind glitches, or did you just not run into them, which is highly unlikely from what I've seen? Maybe I can unlock this. Does just this have a triangle? No? Maybe here? This place? Is this possibly the stone? That'd be interesting. Can I open this door? Doesn't seem like I can. What's at the end here? Can I even go to the end? No. Wait, can I? Was there something that appeared there? No. Okay. Thought I saw something in my peripheral vision. Just looking for any radio locks now. Sorry if this is kind of boring, but I want to get it out of the way. I want to milk this game for all it has. It's a good game, though, so far. This is just a car. I wonder if that has any significance. You know what this reminds me of? This specific track, it reminds me of Neil's theme, or Meeting Neil from Tenet. That soundtrack. I'm gonna try doing it next to this this thing. I'm gonna see if that does anything. I'm just wondering. I'm curious. If you haven't listened to the Tenet soundtrack, or if you haven't watched the film,
the USS Kanaloa was launched on January 15th, 1941, and commissioned into service at the end of that year under the command of Lieutenant James Earl Clapman. On October 28th, 1945,
okay.
It was sunk by the Japanese.
Oh, so they're lying. So here we see that it's lying. Quite interesting that you didn't run into that many game-breaking bugs, because I've seen quite a few of them. I really like that film. It's one of my favorites now. I've watched it like 4 times. But the soundtrack is absolutely one of my favorite parts of it. The sound design, okay, let's not talk about the mixing right now. I personally don't have that big of a problem with the mixing. I can hear most of the dialogue fine. Maybe it's because I've watched it a few times, but if you're really confused, I mean, there are some important things that, you know, go by just like that in one sentence. And I think that's why people got confused. It's not actually a problem with the mixing, it's that they're confused because they missed one line of dialogue. Because they weren't paying attention or something. Okay, I definitely recommend listening to the soundtrack. Even on its own, definitely holds up. And it seems like I'm still lost. Still don't know what to do. Oh well, let's explore every other part of the island and then see if it doesn't add up. Maybe we've already found it. For example, in Tenet, and this is a slight, I guess it's a slight spoiler. It's not that bad though. The main antagonist's name comes up quite a while before he's on screen, but it's only in like one sentence. And then he gets brought up in the little conversation with Michael Caine. But they quickly brush him aside to talk about a repo. And then you start thinking, who's a repo? Does he come in? And it's like, not really. Not much at all. So that's why it might be. And Arepo and Andre both start with A. I can see why people would get confused. Yeah, the videos of Cyberpunk bugs are pretty funny. But if you say that you really liked it, I mean, I definitely think there's a good game buried down there. But I saw a really great video by a channel called Beat 'em Ups, pretty well known. And they brought up some really good points about how there's a really good idea and like the foundation for a fantastic oh, you 100% in the game, wow. And there's a really good foundation for a game there, but there's a lot of things where they either, well, no, they definitely just didn't have enough time. Overall, they just didn't have enough time. That's the simplest way to put it. But things like the sound design, I've seen some scenes and I'm like, yeah, there should definitely be more sound effects. It would definitely fill up the experience. Obviously the bugs are there. I can't comment on the story, but I have seen a few of Keanu Reeves' scenes and I'm like, he has done better. You have a lot of complaints. Oh, well, that's quite interesting that you have a lot of complaints and then you can still rank it that highly. I definitely respect that and I appreciate it. I'm the same way with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I have a lot of things that are like, yeah, this could have been done a lot better, but it's still one of my favorite games. I got so invested in it for some reason. I'm still am quite invested in it. Let's check out. We found the note here. We found the note there. Just keep looking. Maybe I'll push this stream to like 2 hours. We'll see. Let's go to the comm tower for a bit. But yeah, I'm quite interested in. I do want to play Cyberpunk after it's got repaired, after it's been completely repaired. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I don't think there's anything. There's a really small indie game called The Friends of Ringo Ishikawa. Has some problems. Still, I love that game. It's an experience. Let me ask Maggie Adler where she put her note. That game has actually didn't run into many bugs, but there are some problems with it.
Memories would fade. Without
Definitely.
this, Papa, Lima, Alpha, Quebec, Uniform,
Black.
Echo.
Okay. Is it here or is it up there? That's right here.
Oh, she was working at the tower the morning they sank.
I was on watch duty in the tower when it happened, having just gone back from an early leave for the reading of my father's will. For years, I childishly blamed him for this, too. His one last act against me. But it was nobody's fault or decision but my own. I'm sure it was Francis Salter who sent the Canello's distress signal. It had been cut off. I still don't know why, and I hastily interpreted the garbled transmission as an attempt to jam radar. And so I sent back the guidebook recommendation to scout and bomb if necessary. Oh no. Oh no. And I need to find the rock. The anomaly. What's another flawed game? That's on my list. I don't know. There's some like games that are often called perfect that I'm not actually as invested in as some other people. Breath of the Wild is the first one they come. Like I still have like 70 hours in that game, which is quite a lot for me. I don't generally get a lot of time to play games, or I just don't generally spend a lot of my time playing games. But I really enjoyed that game. I don't think it's the greatest game of all time, but it's definitely like a 9 out of 10 for me. Like Soma has that tedious cat and mouse gameplay like most horror games that is super annoying, and some of the puzzles are confusing to the point that you always get lost, but the story and the characters and the idea, setting, atmosphere with everything are amazing. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. It sounds like a game that exceeds the sum of its parts, or is greater than the sum of its parts. Same thing. Is there an anomaly here? There may be. Maybe there'll be more places for anomalies. And then Amnesia 2 was a letdown. Is that the... I forget which one that is. Is that the Dark Descent? Or is that... Is that the... Something about pigs? I remember when Amnesia had like all these fan-made stories. That was pretty crazy for a game at the time, I think. To have such a... I think it was one of the first games to have such a like an open forum for people to just make things and then get played. Oh, Amnesia Rebirth. Okay. Which one's the... Is the Dark Descent the first game? Okay. I don't actually know much about Amnesia. Oh, they made Soma as well. Does it run on the same engine? Because the engine's like kind of hit or miss for me. Also, the Phoenix Wright games are some of my favorite games. Not really Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney games are some of my favorite games. Those are problems. They have writing problems, and I like specialize in creative writing as like something I talk about and something I criticize. They have serious problems. I'm like, I still love them. Still some of my favorites. Definitely way up there. Hugely inspirational for like my own game development ventures. Penumbra games. I don't even know those. But Penumbra is the... It's quite difficult to explain. It's the darkest point in a shadow. A Machine for Pigs is not made by them. Okay, thanks. That is the one that I was thinking of. Okay, well, there's really just a few places to check out, I guess. And then I guess we'll finish the game on Monday, probably. But we'll see. Definitely trying to get sort of 100% here. Sort of. I don't know. I don't know to what extent you can get 100% at this time. But we'll try. Are we gonna jump again? Sure. We can make it. Maybe not at the same time, Jonas. My word. Could have knocked me off. You have a top 10 of unbeaten games too? Bro, that's like half my list of games in general. Xenoblade Chronicles, great game. Haven't beat it. I've got... it's crazy, actually. I have the original Wii version, which is hard to track down if you don't live in Europe. And I think it's not easy if you live in Europe either. I don't know. I have a European version. But I have the Wii version, which I put a lot of hours into. Probably 40? But then I had to put the... I didn't get to finish the game. Then I got the 3DS port, and I put the most hours into that. I think I had like 70 as well, but I never finished the story. So it's like, I could have beaten the whole game if I just played through it once. Anyway, you have Death Stranding, right, which you haven't beaten. Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines. I don't know that one. Fallout 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, even though you put Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 in your top 10 list, I see you. Bully, Scholarship Edition. Prey. Prey is quite an interesting game that I've wanted to play. I saw Markiplier playing it quite a while ago, and that was really cool. Command and Conquer, Red Alert. Pokemon Crystal, interesting. Need for Speed, Underground 1 and 2, and Silent Hill, the first one. What Pokemon? There's one specific Pokemon game I haven't beaten, and it's the remake of Sapphire. I have it. I'm like 6 gyms into it or something, and I'm just like, I can't bring myself to finish it. I've played a lot of Pokemon games. I've beaten most of them. I'm like, that one. You know what it was? I think it was content overload. I think there were so many ideas in that game, especially early on, that I just got a bit overwhelmed. Have we done this one? Ooh, so there's more than one per map sometimes. I haven't been in any Pokemon games, but that one is my favorite. Not a bad pick.
If indeed he find fault with anything, or expose it, with charity, the abbot shall discuss it prudently.
Lest perchance God has sent him for this very thing.
Oh, and there's a letter here. Probably something about the graveyard. Yeah, what's a good Pokemon game to beat? Definitely not Sword and Shield. That one's a letdown. Just in general.
People lose their names.
Yeah, Grave.
Give them to Golf.
Yeah.
Romeo.
Yeah.
Alpha.
Yeah. Graves.
Victor. Echo. Cena.
Cool. It's right here. I think Hardcore and Soul Silver is probably, and Crystal, by extension, I suppose, is like the best one to finish, because then you get a whole lot of endgame. I was a huge fan of Sun and Moon when they first came out. I saw it as like the most what's the word? Not aspiring, but why do I struggle with words some days? They really wanted to do stuff. They had a lot planned for it, and they achieved a lot of it. It was a bit small, but I really enjoyed Sun and Moon. As I said, I don't really care much for Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. X and Y is kind of like, it was their first venture into 3D, so I kind of forgive a lot of the problems. And, you know, when I first played that, I was like 13. I had a great time. I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. It's Pokemon in 3D. But it was so easy. Ridiculously easy game. So Temtem. I've heard about it. I've looked at it, and I'm like, double battles all the time. Interesting. But seriously, Monster Collection games are just like a huge time sink, man. You can do so much, and I'm just like, I only have time for like one of them at most at a time. So yeah, I guess that's what you mean by the last few generations. 5 was really strong. So Gen 5, which is Black and White and Black and White 2, they're really strong. Let's look at this letter.
That the ghosts were pushed out of our reality and maybe aren't actually dead?
Interesting. I still can't remember what the word is. Wow! Why can't I remember this? It'll come to me. My belief, bolstered by Anna's and my research, conducted largely. You're not supposed to use. You're not supposed to use the possessive twice in a sentence if you have and. I see you, Oxenfree. Yeah, it's probably written by Americans anyway. Bolstered by Anna's and my research, conducted largely at the Catbird Station where interruptions were rare. It's that the men and women of the USS Kanaloa were separated from our dimensional existence by the implosion of the submarine's nuclear reactor. Ah, it's nuclear. I identified one passenger, Henry, by his call sign, and his confused diction and reliance on game logic says to me that their emotional states, if not mental states, have been reduced to that of children, thought I cling to when I envision Anna's demise. Interesting. So that goes back to, I suppose, when they said things like they're dolls and we'll play with them and stuff like that. How many anomalies is that? 10 out of 12. Not bad. We only have like 2 more to get. Ambitious! I got it! Ambitious! I was trying to remember Macbeth, because the whole character flaw is unchecked ambition. Why would I choose that of all things? To try to remember the word ambitious. But yeah. Ambitious. The Pokemon Sun and Moon games, you know that conversation I had like 10 minutes ago? They were really ambitious, and they achieved quite a bit of it. I thought it was really cool. Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, it's kind of like filling a jar that was 97% full to 100%, and then actually spilling some because of some of the technical limitations of the 3DS. But if you pick up, like, yeah, rather pick up like Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun, if you haven't played any of them. The experience of when Sun and Moon launched made them a better experience than Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but if you're completely new, then Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun are probably the better games overall. So, yeah, no, I mean, there's that. Oh, you don't like them? Do you want to explain what that is exactly? Or are you talking about the story? Oh, wait, let me check for a letter first. Yeah, give me your clue, Maggie. That's not her. Oh. Let me hear this again. Left edge. Okay. So you don't like the Pokemon in Gen 5. That's understandable, actually. That probably is like the weakest part of Gen 5. Some of those were designed by Americans instead of a Japanese team. And you'd think it would be Braviary. You know, the eagle that is representing freedom and bravery. No, it was the ice cream. The ice cream was the Americans' idea. Great job, guys. You really took your opportunity. Carpe diem. Trubbish. Trubbish has kind of like become a fan favorite for some reason. It's pretty funny. I didn't care for him much at all. Some of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon are like the Minfu and Minchao in terms of designs. Yeah, and Trubbish. I'm not sure if Trubbish was designed by Americans. But definitely Vanillux and Vanillish. Okay, what's the thing for this? I think I ran over it. But the Minfu, Minchao line's pretty cool. The Golett and Golem lines. No, that's not their names. Golett and Golurk. And the Reuniclus line. Oh, okay, that's it. I've already got this one. Cool. And the Reuniclus line, I think those are the standouts. I really like those. Yeah, Mask is pretty interesting as well. I think we've already got this one as well. Anyway, something about the left cliff. Left edge. Maybe it's at the top of that one. Musharna. No, I think you're thinking of Solosis. Musharna's just asleep. I think of Solosis. And Duosion. And then Rhea-Nicholas. Is it here? Yeah.
Oh, Maggie thought that the way the ghosts can talk to us and vice versa is waves.
Anna and I frequently conducted tests at what was once the East Barracks here during the brutal winter of 51. Waves of any kind, radio, nuclear, electromagnetic, seemed able to pass through all existences under certain circumstances, which explained our ability to get communiques sent from them. This might also justify the frequency of hearing one of the Canalo's electrician's call signs, Calvin Gilbert, come echoing through the relays. On April 4th, 1952, we would attempt to reverse the manifest breakdown and bring the soldiers back. Interesting. That kind of is, like from a science fiction point of view, that's an interesting axiom for spooky ghosts, that waves do pass through everything and ghosts would use them to communicate. Like that works. I'm not mad at that. There have been worse ones, there have been cooler ones. I think that's closer to the cool and somewhat realistic, or somewhat believable rather, not realistic. But I'm like, yeah, I can dig that. I don't know why I'm going on about this. I was thinking about a lot of, and I'm gonna get the word right here if it kills me. I think it's verisimilitude, but I'm gonna check. I have to get this right. My pride depends on it. Verisimilitude. Could also be verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude.
Okay, I was close. Verisimilitude, which is like the believability of something or the likeness that it has in terms of our world, and that's in a creative writing context. So something like Joker is a comic book movie that tries to have very high levels of verisimilitude, whereas something like Justice League and the Marvel movies, some of the Marvel movies, it depends. I guess Doctor Strange has a rather low verisimilitude. Or Guardians of the Galaxy. There you go. That's one that's... But it's kind of becomes meta as well, because it's like, what do filmgoers already expect a film to lie about? You know? And one of those foundations is the way people talk. Films assume that... a lot of films assume, sometimes they don't, but a lot of films assume that people speak perfectly. They don't make mistakes. Ideal dialogue is the term given for it in film analysis. And audiences know, in their own lives, that no one speaks that clearly. Then, Gen 4's my favorite. But I understand. Some of them, they don't have the most engaging or most amazing designs. Oh yeah. So, I think we might have seen the same video. But filmgoers are like, that's fine, because it's a film. I know that it's going to have perfectly written language. It's going to have delivery that is immaculate. So they're fine with it. They suspend their disbelief before they've even gone into the theater. But if every single character was speaking like 5 different languages off the top of their head with complete fluency rather, then that's where the disbelief starts to kind of get a bit too taut for continuing the metaphor of being suspended. Yeah. it's like, that's where verisimilitude comes in. On a meta level. On a meta level. I need to enunciate a little bit better. Did we already get the one here? Where are we? Tohi Woods. I think we did. Let me just check. But yeah, dialogue's something very interesting to me. As a, yeah, okay, we already did. As a writer, I sometimes struggle with it, because I have a very particular way of speaking. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can, though. It's very weird. It sounds like I am both presenting and also not caring at all about what I say. I don't really know. I can't look at it from an objective point of view. But that's kind of what it sounds like when I listen back to recordings. I'm like, oh yeah, he's kind of making an effort to make things clear, add emotion to things. But it also kind of sounds like he's talking only for himself, so that no one else can understand. It's pretty weird, and my accent doesn't help at all. My accent is a hodgepodge of a bunch of other stuff. I do mumble a lot. Yeah, well, I mean, that's why it's quite interesting when I'm writing, and I get to writing dialogue. I'm like, I adopt a more of a naturalistic approach, which is where you try to make your dialogue resemble what would actually happen in real life. People make mistakes, people hesitate, they stumble over words, they mispronounce words, they mumble. So if you go a naturalistic route with your dialogue, you have to be aware of how far you take it. If you kind of dip your toes in, it's a little bit jarring, because it sounds like you're writing a bit more amateurishly, like you're just sprinkling it in, and it feels very superficial. But if you can do it to a large extent with all your dialogue, it becomes very believable. It becomes actual, like, realism. That's usually quite a bleak genre, so I don't go into it that often. But I do try to have, like, some stumbles, some mistakes here and there. People use the wrong words. That's a good one. And that might have been it. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if it was that video. But I mean, it is. I mean, I think it's that one. I'll say that I think it's that one. That sounds right. But there are a lot of resources out there about it. How many anomalies are we missing? 2. And how many notes are we missing? I don't know. Maybe there are more. Where we're going. I think there might be. And it starts with Pulp Fiction? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that is the right one. That is the right one. It starts with the Bible verse. Ezekiel something. And I will smite thee with most righteous anger. Something like that. I haven't actually watched Pulp Fiction. Anyway, so I think next Oxenfree stream we're going to go into the bunker and we'll start trying to finish the game. I actually think I'm going to stream this one tomorrow. Usually I give it to Pyre, but I haven't really been playing and I'm going to be rusty. And that means that my story progression will be messed up because the game relies on you to be good at the game if you want that. Oh, thank you so much, Adalaman. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. We're going to be... Yeah, so I'm going to give this game to Pyre slot because I need to brush up on my skills in Pyre if I want to save any of the members of my team. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone had a good time. I definitely did. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good day. I'm going to go to the main menu. I think saving. Are you sure you want to quit to the main menu? I'm pretty sure. If there's a problem, then oops. We'll see. I think it's saved every time though. Yeah, you too. And it was a really nice talking to you, Kavaus. Thank you for responding to everything I said. I know that must be quite irritating having to just keep typing. But I appreciate having something to talk about on here. And it's not just me trying to come up with conversation topics over and over and over. I forgot that my Streamlabs deck is not working. Oh well. On my phone. So yeah, thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.